The question we are going to discuss today is: explain your company's bunkering procedures. What is the purpose of the fuel oil settling tank? Briefly describe the routines carried out to ensure smooth operation of quick closing valves. Let's start with first part of the question. Explain your company's bunkering procedures. Bunkering procedure is divided into multiple phases. Before bunkering checklist. It's a most important stage of bunkering operation. It includes calculation of ROB, ordering of bunker, requisition or procurement, bunker plan, bunkering checklist, SOPEP, paperwork, communication and preparation. Soundings of all bunker tanks and overflow tank is taken and calculation of ROB and required bunker for next voyages are done. Notice and warning for bunkering is placed. There should be red light or flag for bunkering operation. SOPEP items are kept near bunker manifold. Portable fire extinguisher is arranged. All pipelines and valves are set for bunkering in pre-decided bunker tanks. Connections for bunkering at bunker manifold is done. Sounding and inspection of bunker supplier's barge or truck, at shore, is done properly. Compatibility and specifications of bunker is checked. Pre-bunkering checklist is checked. Finally, it's time to refuel ship. During bunkering. It's second stage of bunkering operation. It includes actual bunkering, i.e. refueling of ship or filling of bunker tanks. Keep minimum pumping rate initially to ensure the transfer of oil in correct tanks without any obstruction. Once proper transferring is confirmed, increase pumping rate slowly up to maximum. Transferring of oil in bunker tanks should be in a sequence as per bunker plan. Fill the tanks one by one to avoid the chances of overflow and error in monitoring. Don't fill the tanks 100%. It is advised to fill up to 90%. Take sounding of bunker tanks at regular intervals and observe the increase in level. Also check the sounding of overflow tank and relief valve regularly. Monitor the temperature of bunker tanks and oil by using laser temperature gun. Take samples by continuous drip sampling method. It's a preferred method for sampling. During bunkering checklist. Proper sampling and sealing. Hose connections monitoring. Changeover of bunker tanks, when required. Supplier's barge or truck secured tightly. Trim and list of supplier's barge and ship. After bunkering. It's a final stage of bunkering operation. It includes sampling, paperwork, disconnection of bunker supplier's hose, calculation of received bunker and analysis. It's like a closing ceremony. Don't shut the openings and valves immediately after completion of bunkering operation. Wait for few minutes for removal of air. Later, shut all valves and openings. Check the trim and draft of the ship as well as bunker barge. Calculation of received bunker is done according to draft and temperature. If there is shortage of bunker, then issue letter of protest. Sample bottles are filled by sample oil collected in cubitainer. 4 sample bottles are required generally, but sometimes 5 also for different purposes, like 1 for lab, 1 for supplier, 1 for ship and 1 for marpole. After completion of paperwork and bunker calculation, hose connection is removed. If any disputes in bunkering regarding quantity or quality, then letter of protest is issued by Chief Engineer. Oil record book is filled. After bunkering checklist, post-bunkering checklist. Close bunker valve. Drain bunker manifold connection. Hose disconnection. Reading of supplier's flow meter. Reading of ship's flow meter. Bunker delivery note, sign. Sampling collected. SOPEP items kept back in SOPEP locker. Remove portable fire extinguisher. Filling of oil record book. Informed bridge. Let's move to the next part of the question. What is the purpose of the fuel oil settling tank? The purpose of the fuel oil settling tank is to separate heavy solids particles and liquid, water, from fuel mixture by gravity separation. It is used to permit gross water and solids to settle on the bottom, allowing the fuel oil to be cleaned and prepared for use. The settling tank serves several purposes. Separation of water and solids. The tank allows water and solids to settle at the bottom, leaving clean fuel oil on top. Buffer tank. The settling tank acts as a buffer tank, providing a constant fuel temperature and helping to maintain a consistent fuel supply. Pre-cleaning of fuel oils. The tank is used to pre-clean fuel oils by gravity, removing impurities and contaminants from the fuel mixture. Let's move to the last part of the question. Briefly describe the routines carried out to ensure smooth operation of quick closing valves. To ensure the smooth operation of quick closing valves, QCVs, on a ship, the following routines are typically carried out. Regular inspection. Visual inspections are conducted to check for damage, corrosion, or wear on the valves and their components. Maintenance. QCVs are regularly maintained, including cleaning, lubricating, and replacing worn or damaged parts. Testing. QCVs are functionally tested to ensure proper operation, including opening and closing times, and leak tightness. Exercise. QCVs are regularly exercised, opened and closed, to ensure proper operation and to prevent seizure. Pressure testing. QCVs are pressure tested to ensure their integrity and leak tightness. Overhaul. QCVs are overhauled periodically, involving disassembly, inspection, and replacement of worn or damaged parts. Training. Personnel are trained on QCV operation, maintenance, and emergency procedures.